Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast from me, your host, Imperial Dane, featuring today a 1 vs 1 on Sturzdorf. Yes, indeed, in the ones of Sturzdorf, two forces shall be clashing. It shall be T17 of the Panzer Elite of the 106th Panzer Brigade, Feldherrnhalle, and opposing him shall be SirRommel. SirRommel, with the lovely German name, fighting for the Americans, fighting for the 1st Armoured Division. Hurrah! And we are already, of course, seeing or T17. In fact, let's just refer to T17 since that's sort of the more semi-sensible part of his name. Going for a lot of Panzergrenadiers. Gewehr for the fleets, of course, being equipped, going for the medium munitions point as well. He's clearly going to not go straight for the throat of SirRommel. He's instead going to sort of be gathering up his Panzergrenadiers while, of course, enjoying more munitions. Kettenkrad on an eastern bound road, of course, heading straight for the high munitions point, but he's probably also going to go for this fuel point, the high fuel point. The ever valuable high fuel point. Interesting enough, no additional Panzergrenadiers. Oh wait, there we go. 3rd squad on the way. And note already soon done here, so of course they can follow up and join the 2nd squad of Panzergrenadiers. In the meanwhile, of course, we are seeing 1, 2, and 3 engineers out from SirRommel. We are also seeing a PSAC, in fact, going for the 4 engineers start. SirRommel, quite interesting already right there. Clearly he's hoping to seize as much territory right away from Mr. T17 of the Panzer Brigade right away. He's not going to sort of be trying to fight him initially. He's just going to try and outcap him, perhaps lay down some mines and get some flamethrowers up. So I mean, clearly we are seeing a rather different strategy being approached right here, and the sort of way he intends to take on Mr. T17. 3rd squad ready. Might be seeing a 4th squad as well. Again, some Panzer Elite players rather love to go heavy on the Panzergrenadiers, and again, I mean, considering the map, Sturzdorf, I mean, it makes more sense perhaps going for the half-track, since, I mean, there's a lot less maneuver room, and there's a lot much easier chance of basically outmaneuver an infantry half-track in that sense, plus, of course, a lot more things that actually block its movement, so in that sense, going heavy on Panzergrenadiers might be a slightly better idea, considering the map. We are seeing the engineers, though, getting run off. Taking, in fact, quite some damage as the Panzergrenadiers are, in fact, blocking their path, shooting at them, pushing them, and calling them rude names. And there we go, engineer squad did go down. Panzer squad, though, gets caught by itself. SirRommel's riflemen push in. Move up, hoping to do some damage. And they're moving up, in fact, quite close. Panzergrenadiers will need to get out of there. Oh, they're running in for the building. Oh, what is SirRommel intending to do? He's trying to block off the escape path, but he's running into another squad of Panzergrenadiers. Then again, SirRommel could have gotten himself some flamethrowers and tried to burn out these Panzergrenadiers, these krauts. Another engineer squad could be lost for SirRommel. That would definitely be very nasty. Riflemen are taking heavy losses. I mean, the maneuver he went for was certainly not the bad one. He was trying to get to the place where there was no windows. But he probably hadn't counted on one or into these Panzergrenadiers, but he actually got 2 of them. Still, though, so far the fight is rather to the advantage of T17 and the 106th Panzer Brigade, the Feldherrnhalle Panzer Brigade. Since again, I mean, he's basically only lost 2 Panzergrenadiers. He's killed a lot of riflemen and engineers. I mean, this is definitely not to his SirRommel's advantage. In fact, he's going straight for the base rush. He's setting up his troops here to try and clear out that machine gun emplacement of bait. It's going to be a rather slow process, but again, with incendiary grenades, it should be possible. Lining up rather nicely here. In fact, he could sneak in here and try to sort of hit the base of SirRommel. Definitely a perilous situation. And we are seeing grenades, and oh, he's clumped up his Panzergrenadiers too much. Veterans E2 in a bloody instant. There we go. 3 Panzergrenadier squads went down in seconds. Nicely done. Nice reversion right there by SirRommel. I mean, that, of course, is the sort of thing you have to be careful with, you know, clumping up your Panzergrenadiers. You might actually risk that your opponent goes for grenades and punishes you. Nice move right there by SirRommel. Absolutely brilliant. And he definitely turned the tables right there. So, excellent move. Excellent choice right there, in considering the circumstances, to get a grenade. And, of course, Mr. T17 was definitely not ready for that. He's of course getting more Panzergrenadiers. He might be going straight for an armored car now, sort of try and regain what was lost, because he also knows with the grenades he's probably not going to have to worry about armored cars right away, but still he's lost a lot of manpower. He lost a lot, and that will hurt him a bit. And there we go, Panzer Command on the way. He's desperately rushing towards that now. He is desperate because he knows if he doesn't get that up soon, he's really going to be lagging behind. And of course, at the same time, imagine SirRommel, of course, might be home to get some armored cars himself soon, because he also knows, or at least he probably should know again, that with the grenades, he probably should be expecting some sort of more vehicular response very soon, since he knows that will actually delay his own armored cars. But of course, SirRommel pushing on pretty aggressively, taking the charge after, of course, having given Mr. T-17 such a blow. Of course, now he's trying to cut off the fuel, which of course also is a good move. Panzer Command almost done. And then we get that. Imagine there'll be some armored cars up very soon. A nice move, of course, could be to actually, if he went infantry, just use his engineers to lay down some mines. That could cause some problems for any armored cars that would be attempting to rush out. And he's getting assault rifles. Not a bad move. Rather predictable. Of course, he needs more firepower. Of course, assault rifles do provide the most anti-infantry firepower he can get right away. Rather than moving in, of course, they have grenades. And we are seeing this applied. SirRommel knows what is at stake. He knows he needs to get an armored car himself to deal with the German ones. So of course that is nicely handled, and there we go, Rifleman up close to the assault rifles. The Sturmgewehrs already doing terrible damage to the Rifleman. He does need to be a bit more standing still, and there we go, Rifleman squad run off. The other squad can't get assault rifles. Armor car almost done, but there we go. Slight stabilization right there for the Panzer Brigade men. Did a bit of damage there, points being secured in the east. And advancing up here, we are seeing actually tank destroyer doctrine has been chosen, and he knows, of course, he might risk an armored car, and of course he also knows, due to the resources and all that, he can't quite get an anti-tank half tank. So he's actually, I mean, he's gone tank destroyer, and we heard him get it. Of course, hopefully in Companies 2 we will actually be able to see, you know, in replays what they've chosen abilities. But he's laying down telemines. He wants to prepare for an armored car, and in this case he's going for the telemines to help him do that. So there you go.
Build complete. Squad standing ready.
And there we go. Motor pool is on the way. Question is, of course, how many telemines will he be laying down? Then again, he's not really got munitions for a lot of them, and they do cost quite a bit. They cost about 50 munitions. Oh wait, there we go. Another one. He's trying, of course, to close off all the entrances, and he's also getting an awful lot of armored cars. And hoping, of course, to sort of fight through that. He's not going to be bothering much with infantry. He's probably, again, a bit worried about grenades. At the same time, nice sort of hooking about right here, with the forces moving up behind here, trying to hit the lines in the flank. Possibly do some harassment there. Nicely done by SirRommel. Panzer gets moving up there. Riflemen squad are getting pushed away. Riflemen suffer a bit. Second armor car, though, out, and we are going to soon be seeing the third one. Might have been an idea to replace one of those 3 armor cars with perhaps an assault grenadier squad. I think just briefly. Minesweepers are up, though. SirRommel, though, is clever. He knows, of course, and he probably even sort of perhaps noticed that he was trying to lay down mines. So, of course, he knows what's going to be happening. Minesweepers is on the way. And, I mean, we are seeing a bit of a recurrence again. Some people actually beginning to use tank destroyer doctrine and using, you know, telemines to protect against armored cars. It can work, but of course it can also, you know, end up not working at all, in which case you are out a lot of munitions. And he's going straight for advanced repairs. So again, that's what some players do. If they don't get Luftwaffe, they get advanced repairs, because again, they want to be able to swiftly and efficiently repair their vehicles. That's nicely done. And there we go. Minesweepers do spot the mine, but the armor cars do cause a bit of a problem. We are seeing the Greyhound out, though. Minesweepers moving up, of course, to clear out the mine, allowing the Greyhound to advance. He's not even bothering to upgrade, because he's aware he's not going to have to worry about anything like that. Mr. T-17 in this case went a bit too far. He shouldn't have gotten 3, and he probably should have gotten some sort of Panzer support command. Instead, he didn't. And now we are seeing the reign of the Greyhound set in. As there's very little that can actually stop it. He put his eggs in a telemine-shaped basket, and that didn't quite work out. 50 caliber also up. Panzer is taking losses. They need to retreat. Rückzug. Another. Oh, they just lost an entire Panzer squad right there. And those were the assault rifle ones. Definitely looking none too good. But let us return to SirRommel, who's definitely holding the advantage there after some great opportunities right there, after delivering a lot of damage to Mr. T17. Several excellent blows. Tuya center is up.
Our supply lines are being threatened.
You could consider perhaps getting anti-tank guns to sort of help deal with the armored cars. Of course, any sort of anti-tank half-tracks which will inevitably have to come to deal with the armored car. In particular, now that the telemines aren't really doing much, though there's of course one there. And they're going to units moving up, but the German armored cars arrive and cuts down the engineers rather swiftly. Thing to note about T-17 mines, they only react on anti-tank guns and vehicles. Infantry can walk over it, although, I mean, if they explode, no matter what, there is infantry nearby, the infantry will die. The telemines are very, very dangerous. And they are very explosive, and some players actually try to sort of establish traps that sort of cause a telemine to go off near infantry. And certainly I'm at situations where I was facing off against the blob, but telemine went off. Suddenly there wasn't really much of a blob left. One trick can be to actually use mortar half-track to sort of try to detonate it with mortar rounds. But the armored cars are mostly doing the work right now for Mr. T-17 and his Panzer Brigade. He is lacking in infantry, and he's got a problem with those armored cars. And we are seeing an anti-tank on the way, of course. He's probably expecting, yes, there will be a light anti-tank half-track out and try and cause him troubles.
Hang on, we might want to clear that minefield. Take cover.
So a bit of light skirmishing right here. Panzer player trying to sort of retake a bit of left and right, trying to hold on to his territory without losing too much. But now with the anti-tank half-track out, he might be able to recover a bit better. Anti-tank gun ready. Perhaps he could contend a supply upgrade or a medic station. This would definitely be beneficial. There we go, armor car moving up. Anti-tank half-track moving up as well.
Where we headed?
There we go, the anti-tank half-track reveals itself a bit too quickly. SirRommel is quick to pull the armored car out of range, so it doesn't get blasted to bits. And we are seeing the anti-tank gun is ready to blow up some crowd vehicles. And we are seeing a third armored car out again. Not much infantry so far for T-17 after all that he lost. Kettenkraut went down, but the engineers might themselves get cut to shreds by the auto cannon fire. And there we go. Engineer squad is lost. A minesweeper no more. Lots of munitions for SirRommel. Lots and lots. You could have benefited, I think, from some mines earlier on. Then again, you could also benefit from doctrinal abilities. Sticky bombs.
Losing ground out there.
That could definitely work. All quiet in the German base. Oh, never mind. There might be another Kettenkraut or a Panzergrenadier squad on the way. SirRommel losing a bit of steam, unsure on what to do. With all those armored cars being supported by that anti-tank half-track. Of course, you could just get another one and just hope to rush the anti-tank half-track. Another Kettenkraut out there.
Position taking fire!
Munitions point under attack.
Greyhound doing what he can to hold away the armored cars, but again quickly pulls away. He doesn't want to risk it. He keeps it at a safe distance. Thus, of course, it can't so easily be dealt with by the anti-tank half-track. Rifleman moving in, and T-17, of course, expecting what's going on there, moves away. At the same time, some veterans see two riflemen fighting off against the Panzergrenadiers, and another unit went down somewhere. Our armored car went down. Anti-tank gun arrives, thus providing a nice arc of protection where the anti-tank half-track is not going to move in, otherwise risking it getting knocked the devil out. BARs are out now. The Browning automatic rifle increasing the firepower of the rifleman versus any Panzergrenadier versus the armored cars. And I think T-17 needs to rather, upgrade his arsenal, get something a bit more armored, and perhaps also consider getting more infantry.
Losing a victory point. We are losing a victory point.
Lots of flashing going on in the base. He could be upgrading. He could be taking towards Panther battle groups. What some players like to do. Certainly, Mr. T-17 is very fond of the Panther battle group as a sort of solution to all of his Yankee-related problems. But he definitely needs more infantry. He's very low on it. And then we go. Assault Grenadiers actually arrive. Also note here what's going on. He's actually clearing out the German wrecks. He does not want a Brigade to arrive and actually begin recovering, so he's actually thinking ahead and clearing out wrecks. Another Telemine, by the way, quite interesting. And also note, you'll probably see behavior like this in Company Base 2 with clearing out wrecks, or in this case, on Company Base 2, vehicles who have been cleared out, lost their crews and can still be used, to deny them to the opponent. So, either he doesn't steal your tank or he can't get his own tank work again. But at the same time, you're not sure you can actually get it. So, there's some things there. More Telemines are going down. He's rather keen on that. Destroyed engine, though. And in fact, he could try and flank in with the armored cars to try and clear out that anti-tank. And it's right next to it, and he must be able to see it. But he doesn't seem to care. And his anti-tank after is actually taking heavy damage from the Greyhound. And now the T-17 anti-tank gun, is actually moving in to get the beast. Will it succeed? Maybe. Yes! Anti-tank half-track is down. Kaput. Lost engineers quickly moving in to fix together that armored car. Excellent. And clearly T-17 is actually losing most of the map once more, although now with a bit more infantry, some with assault rifles should be able to have a chance to get back. Another squad of assault grenadiers. Rifleman getting run off. Interesting. Rifleman running past the armored cars and getting cut down in the most violent fashion. We're actually seeing a weapon support turn up. We're seeing snipers coming out to try and drain that infantry that he does have out. Definitely going to hurt the Panzer Brigade. The 106th formed partly out of old Sturmabteilung members, of which the division or Panzer Brigade was named, the Feldherrnhalle, after a place they should have visited. There was also a division actually named after it. The brigade was actually just a sort of more independent part of it. And the Feldherrnhalle was actually a Panzer Grenadier division. I believe it might have been upgraded to a Panzer division, I'm not entirely sure. But later it certainly was at least attempted to be upgraded to a Panzer Corps. It's a little fun fact there. The Panzer Grenadiers are reinforcing. Assault Grenadiers moving about. Again, he is a bit pressured at the moment. He's actually getting a Panzer IV to try and deal with the Yankees. Can certainly deal with the Greyhound, by the way, and certainly if we can flank the anti-tank gun, we should have a good chance as well. So not necessarily a bad move, but it's interesting to see. And he is certainly crawling back after again having lost most of the map control. No doctrine as of yet for SirRommel. I do find that a bit disconcerting. Could bite him in the arse. And there we go. No upgrades though for the Panzer IV. He should consider getting some armored skirts, perhaps the machine gun on top to protect against sticky bombs. Engineers run off. Rifleman here taking heavy losses. Panzer squad run away. Veterancy 2. And there we go. Armored skirts for the Panzer IV. Sticky bomb on the armored car. Assault Grenadiers holding up behind some branches and other debris. Versus some nasty Rifleman Veterancy 2. The ones that killed 8 with 1 grenade. Could we be seeing more assault riflemen or assault grenadiers? And we are in fact seeing a tank depot up now for SirRommel. He's quickly taking away. In fact, he's got every building now. So he's getting Hellcats to try and deal with that Panzer IV, which he just saw. Rifleman is suffering a bit, but again he has to be worried. And there we go, the anti-tank gun opening up, missing though the first shot. And there we go, a third squad of assault grenadiers. Might be an idea to consider getting a mortar half-track to try and clear out the anti-tank gun, or to basically just charge in with the Panzer IV from one angle and then use the armoured car straight from another one, thus clearing out the anti-tank gun. For some sort of more advanced tactics might be necessary, and that's way anti-tank gun though is pulling back. It is a bit worried that he might be planning something like that perhaps. There we go though, Hellcat charging in. Oh, Tellermine goes off! And the Panzer IV moves in. And he could actually knock out the Hellcat. And there we go. The Panzer IV got the Hellcat. Absolutely horrendous. And we are seeing field repairs up. But that was simply too late. It could do nothing against the Panzer IV. Although none of the Panzer IV is heavily damaged by the armored car and the anti-tank. And of course the Hellcat. And there's nothing to support it. Needs to be careful though. The Greyhound could knock it out. Would be absolutely terrible. Engineers suffering a bit here to the German armored cars. Panzer IV just needs to keep moving and not expose its rear at the very least. Panzer is repairing. Expert repairs up and he's locking it down. And he gets the Greyhound. Oh dear, that Panzer IV is definitely earning itself in already. Probably not what SirRommel was anticipating that Panzer IV would be able to achieve, but it did it, by Jove. Hellcat, another one ready. Riflemen, no supply upgrades. That would be a good thing for SirRommel besides the medic station. We'll prepare him a bit more for the longer fight, help with attrition and all that. And we are seeing the Comfortable Company upgrade ready. More Panzergrenadiers on the way. He might actually get a Panzerschreck now. Would definitely help against the Hellcats. The Panzer IV less so, and of course already defensive veterancy. Anti-tank gun actually a bit too exposed right there on the western flank. If T-17 was to stumble upon it and clear it out, he could actually turn it against SirRommel. Yes, SirRommel actually. Apparently no such luck. Panzergrenadiers on the way for the Panzergrenadiers. Hellcat firing away. And he's trying to get the Panzer IV, but the keeps hitting the American wreckage. And there we go, Panzer IV hit. And there we go, Panzergrenadier ready. Moving in to try and hit the Hellcat, but of course it's a bit difficult since it's taking heavy fire from all the riflemen over there. Panzer IV trying to do what it can, right? Panzer's moving in. Going for the anti-tank gun. Panzer IV was very close, in fact, to have gotten the Hellcat. Anti-tank gun, though, is cleared out, but now, of course, the Hellcat can't sort that out. And Panzer Air Command upgrade, so we didn't actually get that before. Certainly a bit of damage going on. Riflemen taking losses. Now there's just the Hellcat.
The Yankees are grabbing our territory.
Need that Panzerschreck squad up to try and deal with it. Now that his closest ally, the Panzer IV, is gone. I'll wreck. But a memory of a dream within a dream. Something like that. Help. There we go. Hellcat running into its nemesis, the Panzerschreck. And it misses. Absolutely brilliant, Jürgen. And now second one has arrived. No Panzer 4, so I think one Panzer 4 could actually make this much easier for SirRommel to just deal with the infantry. Expert repairs, 3 squads just repairing away, and that armored car might not be enough, and the Panzergrenadiers just can't hit the broadside of a barn. There we go, Panther battle group on the way. There we go, Hellcat down, Hellcat down. Rifle now moving in, flamethrower engineers, but the armored car charges in, veterancy 2. And the Panzergrenadiers, some in fact with offensive veterancy, move in to do the best to keep the infantry away. And there we go, armored car immobilized, main gun destroyed. 1 Panzergrenadier. It is Jürgen trying to atone for his sins. Getting off some shots, he's not quite managing it. And field repairs is definitely helping SirRommel absorb some of all that damage. And then he crashes into a house. Brilliant. And thus, of course, allows the Panzergrenadier another chance at getting it.
The Americans are capturing a sector.
No mines here, though. That would have been nice. And he's actually going for the cut-off points, trying to sort of deny resource. But, of course, there's also these points to keep it all connected.
We have eliminated the
And a near down. The Hellcat charges in, perhaps trying to squish some of the Panzergrenadiers beneath stretch. And there we go. One crushed against the wall. Another squad run off, but there's still 3 on the move. And we are seeing the Panther battle group being prepared. That is definitely going to be the weapon of choice to try and deal with the Americans. And certainly SirRommel could be at a great disadvantage if that happens. Then again, with enough Hellcats and good enough tactics, that could in fact be enough to defeat the Panthers. Kettenkrad down. That problem is out of the world now. Plus the driver of the Kettenkrad. Anti-tank and recruits. Some riflemen need to retreat though and quickly get reinforced. Another Hellcat ready.
Americans are seizing territory from us.
And SirRommel is probably expecting the Panther battle group. I mean, pretty much a lot of Panzer players, if not all of them. Well, not all of them, but a large majority of them have a tendency of going straight for the Panther battle groups. Of course, that gives you some idea, of course, what to prepare for. But the anti-tanker could be caught off guard, charging through their assault rifles, blazing. Flamethrower engineers will be killed, I think. Cut off. And the riflemen running into the building, but at the same time as they're trying to enter it, they do rush past those assault rifles, and they do take some nasty losses. And some incendiary grenades make that proposition of staying in the house not really good anyways. Hellcat needs to go away, and I think one Sean would have worked. He's actually got a medic station up now. Placement, perhaps not the best one, I think. Up here would have been slightly better, or perhaps here, you know, something close to the front, but still not something the opponent can just, you know, from any sort of fighting position can easily shoot at. Nonetheless, should perhaps be of help for SirRommel. Incendiary grenades now getting lobbed like candies. Maybe theory candies, but nonetheless. Panzer is getting run off. And the battle group very soon to arrive. Click. There we go. Panzerkampfwagen 5. And there we go. 2 Panthers roll onto the field. Riflemen in from the north. Already 3 riflemen recovered. Excellent, excellent. Veterancy 3 for these riflemen, definitely going to be a problem for Mr. T17 and his 106th Panzer Brigade. Panthers are moving in. Largely what a Panzer Brigade actually would have had access to, at least the earlier ones. Late ones would also have Panzer Force, but definitely, I mean, not a lot of Panthers then. But generally the Panzer Brigades were not necessarily heavily equipped in a lot of armor, to a certain extent, like a Panzer Division. Still, riflemen are now, Panzers, I mean, taking heavy losses as the veterans of 3 riflemen take their toll. Hellcat cloaked. Another one repaired. Anti-tank gun moving up.
The unique Jagdpanzer
And Jagdpanther now getting ready. Called in from some Schwer Panzerjägerabteilung. And fun fact, the Jagdpanther did not see action on the Eastern Front until like the last 2 months. So something to consider there.
We are losing ammunition depot.
Rifleman down, the Panther gets off a nice kill. Has to be careful he does not get sticky bombed. Gets a few more kills, but there we go, sticky bomb away and sticks to the treads of the Panther. Damaging the engine.
We have territory. The enemy is weakening even now.
I think that was a Telemine that went off there. That's really the only imaginable reason that 2 Hellcats just burst into fire. And again, shows how powerful the Telemine is. Hellcats have probably suffered a bit of damage, but again, be very careful when their Telemines afoot. Grenade against the rifleman, killing one. Anti-tank gun though still there. SirRommel is suffering a bit against the Panthers. The mighty Panzergrenadiers 5. Moving away with rifleman and anti-tank gun to try and hunt down the Panthers, the beasts. Let's return to SirRommel. Really hasn't been using his weapon support center for much, despite having access to it. We might be seeing a Panther arrive, and there we go. One Panther is out of control. And there we go. We're always in fact seeing 1 squad rifleman recovered. And did he get another one as well? Hard to say. At least he's all of a sudden got 5 squads now.
We're losing ground out there.
And 1 squad went down. Murdered on the open streets of Sturzdorf.
We have a threat to our victory point.
2nd Panther need repairs unless it wants to share the fate of its brother. And the one that is still out of control managed to get a few more with it to its grave. While the veteran T3 rifle moving in to clear out those Panzergrenadiers, and they do an excellent job catching them out in the open, doing a lot of damage. And there we go, retreating as soon as they get back behind to sort of avoid some of the fire of the riflemen.
Enemy unit down.
And another vehicle down. There we go. At least the anti-tank gun finally gets to veterancy. Veterancy 2, in fact. And a nice move trying to get the engineers, trying to sort out the minesweepers. And then retreating right past the rifleman again. Less good. T17 though is getting pushed back again. So SirRommel once more handling the situation, doing a lot of damage. And those Panthers definitely did not do as much as they could have hoped to do. Which I think is the major problem. They only really got a few kills before one of them was already knocked out. I mean, 2 Panthers is expensive. It is 1,000 manpower and 500 each. And then when you only get a few kills after a few minutes and then get it destroyed, I mean, that's manpower wasted no matter what. And certainly shows what a good player can do against them. Panzergrenadiers though moving up. Not sure why the anti-tank is firing like that. Rifleman retreating. And there we go. Panzergrenadiers getting that anti-tank, and a second one is up, by the way, and he's actually getting the gun upgrade. He's probably not going to get it for the Sherman, considering he also has access to a Pershing, but I mean, thing is to remember, the gun upgrade also affects the Pershing, so that gets more penetration, and that might actually be what he's going for. Heavy assault grenadier push by Mr. T17 of the 160th Panzer Brigade, and he's getting increased squad size as well. He's really opting for heavy firepower. Suppressive volleys though, suppress several of the Panzers, making it much easier to move in. Panther arrives from another angle. Squad's getting pinned down. Anti-tank guns cleared out. Rather horrifically, grenade goes off. Lots of bloodshed, and there we go. The riflemen are retreating. No sticky bomb. Ooh, very close there. As the Panzer Brigade actually managed to completely turn one rifleman to mush. And damaged engine on another Panther. Still no Pershing, still no supplied upgrades. Would have been nice,
Sector being captured. The enemy is down to 50 points.
Seizing points left and right. The comeback of Mr. T-17. Anti-tank gun moving up. Sticky bomb doing quite a bit of damage to the Panther. And Davis down, I suddenly hear. As the engineers get absolutely slaughtered. The squad of 4 heavily equipped assault grenadiers sort that out in very short order.
Our front lines are collapsing.
Objective secured. Rifle squad defending.
And it is starting to look like that T-17's choice to go for the tank destroyer doctrine rather did not work out for him. And I mean, that is the problem with the tank destroyer doctrine for the Panzer Elite. It's not really the strongest in several ways. It is a bit too focused, and even then, it can't necessarily work fully perfectly in that focus. I mean, unlike, say, Luftwaffe, which has a lot more flexibility and can deal with armor and infantry, the armor doctrine rather sort of works, you know, on a bit of luck, and as opposed to the opponent not getting mines, because at least that was what T-17 was hoping for. Clearly, SirRommel did not live up to that. Though, of course, blobbing up your Panzergrenadiers with assault rifles and then just charging them is partly also partly asking for trouble. So that is something to take note of. But now increased squad sizes.
Strategic sector.
And a bit of action up here. Anti-tank gun though getting caught. Panzergrenadiers moving in and clearing it out with lots of assault rifle fire. And there we go, anti-tank gun crew is most dead. Now he's actually getting snipers. I mean, he's had that weapon support center for ages, but not really used a lot of snipers. That could, of course, turn the tide. And I mean, he's got the upgrade, but he's not using the Pershing either. I mean, he got the up gun and he's got it chosen, so why is he not using the Pershing at all? I mean, I do think there's some slight problems right there in terms of decision by SirRommel. And now we're actually seeing several T-17 mines going down. Telemines, not T-17 mines. Telemines, dang, get your facts straight. But telemines, and one, in fact, very close to the anti-tank gun. So in case that Mr. SirRommel tries to recover it, he will set off the telemine and thus blow up the anti-tank gun, the crew of it, and of course the infantry who recruited it.
Munitions point under attack.
So that can easily do a lot of damage. It's certainly a nasty little trick some players like to use. Riflemen move up. One Panther still there. Other Panzer is fighting near it. At least he's supporting his Panther now with infantry. Grenade goes off. Several Panzergrenadiers down. Now the riflemen are caught out in the open. Lots of incendiary grenades forcing away the riflemen. And the anti-tank fires. And there we go. Sniper fire. Already one kill. Not so impressive. And so far his little trap over there by the wrecks is not quite working out. Panther keeps killing. 12 kills. 13 kills. Sniper getting more kills. And one man definitely needs to retreat before the sniper gets him. 2 snipers up. Panzer's getting sniped here. Trying to move up there, getting hit by suppressive fire from their veterans. He free. Rifle soldiers get off a grenade. And there we go. Will he recruit the anti-tank gun or will he advance? Ignoring the anti-tank gun for now. Apparently he does. Panzer gets sniped. Rifleman down. Panther advances. Might be able to get behind the anti-tank gun, or it might just stop in front of it. That's good. There we go.
Squad lost.
Anti-tank gun crew dead. Murdered. Still, SirRommel is holding on to most of the map. He is securing a nice fine frontage and pushing all alongst it. We're now seeing heads as well, but we're not seeing them used. They can be alright against infantry, in fact. But the snipers, apparently he decides otherwise. Of course, question is, what will his response be to these snipers? Just continue throwing Panzergrenadiers at them, or what? In fact, he's up to 6 squads of Panzergrenadiers. I mean, perhaps not quite learned of his earlier grenade-related accidents. Clearly trying to grenade them. There we go. Not quite succeeding in this case. But there we go. And anyways, Veteran 2. Nice push up the western flank. Rifleman engineers and the sniper. And there we go. Panzer is getting sniped, getting shot, Rifleman getting run off. Nice push up there. 17 victory points, by the way, left for the German player, left for the commander of the 106th Panzer Brigade, Feldherrn Halle. This is definitely looking a bit grim.
Infantry can now double their efforts against enemy tanks.
And we are now seeing the upgrade that gives 2 Panzers for the squad. Which means that he has maxed out his doctrine already. But so far he seems to be sticking a bit to infantry, that Mr. SirRommel. Panther is in fact in a terrible condition, needs to pull back. At least this one's actually getting some kills done. And there we go. Telemine goes off, killing the crew. Again, telemines can be set off by anti-tank guns. The anti-tank guns do have the sufficient weight. Again, suppressor fire stopping one part, but in this case, he's actually splitting up just enough to avoid that. Sniper's getting run off, but he's not really getting a lot of kills. And the Panzergrenadier squad actually getting assaulted, getting grenaded, and he's forgotten about them. And a Panzergrenadier gets left behind. And picked up by the Americans, and then the Americans run for it. At the same time, a Yak Panther has arrived. And the Panzergrenadier gets dropped by the riflemen before the riflemen themselves get annihilated. Not sure why he went for the Yak Panther. He must be worried about the Pershing, but again, we've yet to see a Pershing.
We have the ability to deploy Yak Panther.
And there we go. Yak Panther charges in, but right into sticky bomb range. What are you doing, T-17? Are you even playing? Seems quite frankly odd to do it like this. And again, risk it getting covered in sticky bombs. But he's managed to recover the victory points down to 15. Yak Panther trying to get some kills. It does manage 6 either beneath its treads or with its gun, but again, sticky bombs, sticky bombs, sticky bombs. And a Panzergrenadier wielded by a Veteran 3 Rifleman squad. 8 kills for the Yak Panther. At least he's again getting some kills, but he's also going to risk losing that one and thus risk losing a lot of resources. Down to half health already. Yak Panther taking heavy damage. Sniper's getting run off. Got the Yak Panther get any of them on the retreat? Nope, it misses. The Panzergrenadier keeps raining down, and a third sniper is out for SirRommel. Grenades go off. Misses though. BAR gets dropped, but picked up by the riflemen. The Panzergrenadiers themselves are in a terrible condition, down to 3 men out of 2 squads of 8. Another BAR drop, but he can't pick them up because they are fully equipped with assault rifles. So in that sense, any weapon left behind can easily be picked up by SirRommel. And he's actually moving the Yak Panther in again. He needs it pulled back and he needs repaired. In fact, he needs every squad of Panzergrenadiers with expert repairs to get repairing it, lest he fancies losing it. Let's just speed this up a bit. Panther moves in for some reason, and again, I think he's being a bit reckless there, getting it sticky bombed again. Whoops, headset flew off. Apologies. And there we go, minesweeper spotting the mines. And that's just 100 munitions out the drain. Huh. The engineers actually cleared out 2 mines at the exact same time. That's actually pretty new. Panther though running into problem again. Veteran C3 rifleman with a Panzergrenadier. Why on earth Mr. T17 actually ventured in his Panther on its own is beyond me. But at least he is repairing the Yak Panther based on the Panther chassis and equipped with a high velocity 88mm gun, the same as on the Elephant and the King Tiger. And there we go, main gun destroyed. Panther down again. And if only he would bother with a Brigade Tiger, actually he could recover that other one. And possibly this one as well. Charge again, he's just moving them in. Hoping to catch the snipers, anti-tank and recruit. Just moving through it all. Oh, getting gunned down, getting sniped down. There we go, another squad hitting from the flank. Absolutely keen on getting those snipers. Will he succeed? Or will SirRommel get them out of there? More assault grenadiers just charge in. A pretty brutal method. Pretty wasteful one too. At least he got one sniper. Of course, the question is, will the losses he suffered be worth it? Another squad rifleman running into problems, getting run off. Yak Panther getting frantically assaulted. Grenades on the Panzer supporting it. Run off. 10 kills on the Yak Panther. And a guy stuck on the back. And another Panzergrenadier. Excellent, excellent. Those veterans of 3 rifles are definitely doing their job. Except the one who just got blown up. Panzergrenadiers once more reinforcing. That's going to be a lot of manpower being expended on that. Which again is rather the sort of main issue when you do go so heavily on the Panzergrenadiers and try to sort of just use them like that. You do end up having to pay a lot of resources for simply reinforcing. Pershing has arrived as well. Another damaged engine, and the Pershing is moving in. This could, oh dear, knock out the Yak Panther.
The enemy is seizing our
Assault Grenadiers are moving in to try and provide cover. And there we go, Pershing arrives, takes a direct hit. And the Panzers don't really have anything to really take it on with. Knock it out with their no Panzergrenadiers to help them. And the Pershing just tries to keep moving about the Yak Panther, but apparently it's just not quite in fast enough to deal with the turn rate of the Yak Panther. Snipers continue to do the dirty work, although, oh dear, he's forgetting about it. He's too busy managing the Pershing that he loses a sniper. Panther and Pershing and Yak Panther almost close to destruction. Destroyed engine and damaged engine. And the Pershing gets to kill. The Yak Panther is gone. Veteran C2 for the Pershing. But still 15 victory points left. Anti-tank grenades now getting researched. Just relying on his Panzergrenadiers. Anti-tank gun recruit, in fact. Might be trying to use that to get that Pershing rolling home very, very slowly with a damaged engine.
You call, we answer.
Will it be enough, or will the anti-tank gun get it? First shot bounces off.
Dress up for move. Area secured.
And there we go, out of control.
Anti-tank grenades.
And a Pershing lost. But he does not give up. He pushes on. Catches the anti-tank and crew out in the open. Will he get the victory points? He's returned to SirRommel. Fighting bravely for the 1st Armoured Division against the hordes of the 106th Panzer Brigade, who's certainly losing a lot of their infantry, which will definitely hurt the brigade in the longer term. But there we go, another Panzer Brigade down. The rifleman just moving in, and he's in fact forced to move away. His rifleman, there we go. Snipers opening up, getting another Panzergrenadier.
Enemy unit down.
One squad down. More are moving in, some with quite a bit of offensive veterancy to help, of course, with their accuracy. And help them kill some Yankees. Incendiary grenades getting used. Some fly a bit too far, though. Anti-precipitate grenade. Ooh, doesn't do enough.
Infantry squad lost.
Lots of losses, and in fact, SirRommel is down to just 4 units. But he is gaining some victory points.
Under heavy fire here.
Another grenade.
Where's that support?
Rifleman run off. Going for the victory points. And in fact, he might be able to go for that other one, and there won't be much to
Sector
do, so
being
let's just speed it
captured.
up.
Supply lines are broken.
Panzers
We have
are moving in.
cut off from supply.
Snipers opening up. Right here.
Losing a victory point.
Anti-tank are not really getting much use. And there we go. Victory point secured again.
Forward supply lines are broken.
Not a lot left. He's getting more riflemen though. More riflemen. While a squad of Panzergrenadiers on the hunt for the sniper. And then run into more than they had bargained for.
Sniper killed in action.
Oh, sniper went down as the other 2 squads hit from the flank. 30 kills and... oh, grenade! Oh, brilliant! He just lost 4 Panzers right there, and another squad went down. He lost the veterancy 3-1. Oh, bugger. And another squad veterancy 3. This is definitely game over though for Mr. T17 and the 706th Panzer Brigade. He has taken 2 heavy losses. He blobbed up a bit too much, not enough finesse.
The enemy is after our victory.
And there we go.
Supply lines are broken. Careful. Enemy unit down.
And there we go. Game over. A loss to the 106th Panzer Brigade as the 1st held out valiantly and through the power of grenades at some very good times actually did a lot of damage to the Panzergrenadiers. I mean, you have to be careful with blobbing up as the Panzer, as one well thrown grenade can do an awful lot of damage. I mean, that's what we saw right here in the initial part of the game. And while he certainly was able to recover, I mean, he certainly kept making some minor mistakes. He sort of tried to rely on the tank destroyer doctrine and the tiller mines for his anti-tank assets. He was too slow in sort of then getting something that could help him. And I mean, the sort of minor mistakes were there all the time. And then, of course, he's just by the end resulted in blobbing up with his Panzergrenadiers without much tactical finesse and lost them by the droves, which of course cost him a lot of manpower to constantly reinforce as well. I mean, SirRommel could definitely benefit from a medic station earlier on. I think 1 German or 2 at the right time would have ended this game much sooner. But there you go. Do hope you enjoyed this game. If you did, why not subscribe and tell your friends. And if you didn't, well, why not send a replay of your own. This is Imperial Dane saying cheers.